Bobby Maximus here. Today we're actually going to do something new. A lot of times you'll see me giving you exercise advice on legs, stuff to do for your chest, stuff to do for your shoulders, stuff to do to be more functional athlete. But I'm actually going to try somebody else's workout today. Now, one thing that's super impressive to me is when people manage to stay fit. You realize there's 8 billion people on this planet, and honestly, close to 8 billion of them are unfit. If you're a fit person, you're in the 1% of the 1%. And somebody that I respect for their fitness and somebody that trains hard is a guy like Joe Rogan. Now, I know Joe. I fought in the UFC. I fought in UFC 58, Ultimate Fight Night 5, UFC 62. I was in the Ultimate Fighter Season 2 and Season 30. And Joe's a guy that has gotten really, really fit. He's got a great physique, and he's actually got some what I call go juice. Like, he's not just a show pony. The guy has got some functional fitness, and he does this kettlebell workout, and I've heard him talk about it, and I see it pop up again and again and again. So today, I thought I would try it and do a little review of the workout and tell you what I think. So the workout starts off with 3 sets of squats and push-ups for a warm-up. Now, I did a little research on this. I got some different answers. Some people do 20 squats for the warm-up. Some people do 20 push-ups. Some people do 10 and 10. And then it moves into a series of exercises. And so you've got 3 sets of 10 single arm swings. You've got 3 sets of 10 kettlebell clean presses. You got 3 sets of 10 windmills. Those are all on each arm. And then you got 3 sets of 10 Renegade Rows, and that's the entire workout. So we are gonna get down to it. I've got 3 weight choices here. I've got a 16K kettlebell, I've got a 24K kettlebell, I've got a 32K kettlebell, and I will talk about that as we go through the workout. But we might as well get started. And the other thing, pardon me if I look around, I'm doing this in real time. I don't really rehearse these things. One of the things I pride myself on is being an absolute 100% real. Not really big into exercise science. I'm not really big in hacks, shortcuts, 3 easy payments and $9.99. I like to keep it real. So we're gonna go through this workout and I'll give you my honest real-time reaction. And I'm gonna time it just to see how this is, all right? So we're gonna start this clock. And we're gonna start, oh, what did I say? Squats and push-ups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, like I said on the literature, not the literature, I was searching on the internet to how many we had to do. I was finding 10 or 20, so I'm just gonna do 20. Might as well do more than less. That's a good philosophy in life. And I kind of lost count. I call that 17, 18, 19, 20. And I think that's a good philosophy in life. Always aim to do a little more. More will never hurt you, all right? We live in a world where people are trying to get less or get more for less and take shortcuts. I'm not about shortcuts. When it comes to exercise, do it the long way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you're at home doing this workout, you're probably going to take a little bit of a rest break between each set. I mean, you could do it as a circuit and just power through. But you're probably taking 30 seconds to a minute, to be honest with you. In the interest of filming and not wasting your time, I'm going to get right back into it. 1, 2, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, 2 sets of the warm-up done. We'll do 1 more. We're off to a good start. After the warm-up, I will have accumulated 60 squats, 60 push-ups. For some people, that's a workout in and of it itself. All right, don't really need the rest. 1, 20. Whew. It's It's actually not that bad. I don't know why I made that noise, but I do a lot of squats and push-ups. So body weight stuff. This is my kind of warm up. 1, 20. All right, so the warm up took 4 minutes and I don't know, 22 seconds, give or take. Grab a little drink. All right, so the first exercise is the single arm kettlebell swing. And I said this earlier, I got 3 weights: 16K, 24K, 32K. Generally, you're looking at beginner, intermediate, advanced. That's how I would look at something like this. So if someone's a beginner, they come into the gym the first time, I probably give them the light weights to practice some form. As they get better, I give them the medium weights. As they get better, I give them the advanced weights. It's not always like that though. Sometimes it's good to swing a light kettlebell faster. So maybe what I'll do today is I'll just try the different weights for the various exercises just for fun. So I grab this one and I got to do 10 one arm swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got the 16K, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll do a little fancy switch. 2, 10. And that was actually a little light, so I'll go up and wait. I don't know if you're supposed to rest between these things. I did a little research but couldn't really find an answer. But it's funny, with working out, if you want to do sets and reps, that's fine. If you wanted to run through it like a circuit, that's fine. It's probably a little harder. It will give you more of a cardiovascular effect. So I think both things could be potentially effective. I'd love to actually sit down with Joe. So Joe, if you're watching, take note. He's interviewed me before. But I would love to sit down and interview him on his workout style, because the stuff, like, here's the deal when it comes to working out. Proof's in the pudding, right? You can tell me about all your exercises. You can tell me about your diet, but if you don't look the part, I'm not gonna believe you. And so he looks the part, so obviously he's doing something right. I'd love to sit him down and just interview him about his whole fitness routine, nutrition, and stuff like that, because it looks like he's doing a pretty good job. So next set, all right, 1, 2, you really gotta use the hips for this. 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Kettlebell people are probably gonna come to me for my form. I actually don't use a lot of kettlebells. I actually kind of make fun of them. I did a video that went viral once, but it was kettlebell in a garbage can, the only place for a kettlebell. But they're actually a good tool. They're kind of fun, and this is a nice little change of pace. So now, we need the 16s, the 24s, dare I try the 32s. When it comes to working out, why the hell not? But it is a nice change of pace. I said this thing took 20 minutes. Looking at the time right now, we're probably gonna go over 20, but that includes a warm-up, so great, a little bit more is better. Let's get this thing. 1, oh, now that's a workout. 2, 3, 10. Been a long time since I did swings. Caught the other 2 all fancy. I did that one. All right. 1. That was a shoulder raise. 2, 3, 10. With the heavier weight, less of a hip snap, but you can really feel that in the hips. So, done a couple things right now. Get my little marker. Done. Done. Next up, pardon my writing, I shorthanded it. We have a kettlebell clean press. Let me grab a little drink. We're at 9 minutes, 51 seconds-ish. I'm actually not sure if Joe does this from the ground, where he does kind of like a swinging thing. So I guess I'll try both. So if you do a kettlebell clean and press from the ground, you're there and press. 2, 3, you could probably do it like this too. 4. If you know the answer to this, what he does, leave it in the comments. 7, 8, 9, 10. I actually like it from the ground better, but I think it's a little more work. The other thing that's funny with the kettlebells, I'm not great with kettlebells. You can actually see the little bruise forming here. I'm not smooth. That's from the kettlebell. Smacking on my forearm. I don't know if that makes it harder or easier, but you can tell I don't use kettlebells a lot. I honestly don't. So I did 10 with that. I'll do 10 with this. 1. A little smoother on my left. 2. The more you do this stuff, the more efficient you'll get. Like that with anything. So it's always fun to try somebody else's workout. 7, 8, 9, 10. And I actually don't know if I did 10, so I'm going to do one more just in case. All right. Make sure. So that's Kettlebell Clean Press 16s. Not bad. Nice full body movement and also transferable to fighting. I think that's why I want to pick it up from the ground, because I feel like this, kind of being lazy a little bit by swinging it, by having to pick it up from the ground, it's a greater range of motion. It's a better expression of full body power. And when it comes to fighting, fighting's here. That hip snap is super important. So I don't just want to swing. You see these guys doing millions of swings or millions of snatches in 10 minutes with kettlebells. There's a way with these things, if you get good at them, to make them super efficient. But when it comes to exercise, I don't know if I want it to be efficient. I like when stuff is harder. Like, I'm here for a workout effect, and I'm not here to get good with kettlebells. Like, no one really cares if you're good with kettlebells or not. And I'll transfer that to barbells, dumbbells. People care about sport performance. People care about how you look. Good friend of mine used to have this phrase: there's no bench press at the beach. You look good on the beach, doesn't matter what you do. So same thing goes fighting. Like, I'm not looking at whoever you think the greatest fighter of all time is. Khabib, George St. Pierre, John Jones. I'd like to throw myself in there, but I'm not even close. Not with my record anyway. But the thing is like, people care whether you win or lost a fight. Like, I never won or lost a fight, and people thought, oh man, I wonder how many kettlebell snatches he could do. But on that note, we got to get to the next set, and we'll go heavier. So up, 1, good. And you can strict press this at the top, which makes it a little harder, or I'm sure you can use your legs a bit. 3, 4, 9, 10. Woo. The 24 is significantly heavier than the 16. Didn't notice it as much on the swings, but certainly noticed that on the press. So I'll tell you, this, even for a beginner, that might be a little hard. This, if you're a beginner, probably way out of your reach, but not bad. Nothing wrong with a little 30-minute workout. And you can get a lot done in 30 minutes. Like, people think they have this idea, and I'm talking a lot, but people have this idea. Actually, hold that for now. I want to get this done. 1, 2, 10. Beautiful. People have this idea that you've got to work out for an hour or two. That's not true. 30 minutes is a lot of work. So now we're going to try the big boys. And actually, I'm glad I laid out all 3 of these. It's kind of nice doing a warm-up set, a working set, and then a heavy set to push yourself. And I suppose if you were on God tier mode, you get even heavier kettlebells than this. But this is kind of, I like this flow. Boom, 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 boom. Because honestly, the warm-up, I don't know if I would go right from squats and push-ups right to a 32 kilo kettlebell. Some people might, but longevity is a big part of my program. So that's some shit I might have done in my 30s, and maybe my 20s. I'm 46 now. And now we get some presses. Let me just out of the way. All right, let's see if I can clean this up. 1, 2, gotta use the legs a bit for that. 3, 8, 9, 10. And I'll tell you, I don't know what weight Joe's using for these, but if he's using 70s for the clean and press, pretty strong dude. Looks strong. 1, 2, 8. 2 more. 9, 10. 70s were a challenge, not gonna lie. I think they're 70, 32 kilos. All right, so we're done that. Bobby Maximus, how do I train with you? You're the best trainer in the world. I love your YouTube videos. I want to train with you every single day. Well, I have the solution, and it's called Team Maximus on the Ladder app. The best fitness app on the planet and the best program on the planet. It's right here. Now, what do you get with the Ladder app? 2 things I want to talk about. 1, you get me in your ear every single workout. You get one-on-one coaching. It's like I'm in the room with you. That's number 1. Number 2, you get access to a great community, the best community in the world of like-minded people who are driven to succeed just like you are. This program, you can get it for under $30 a month. The workouts can be done in 40 minutes or less, and you need minimal equipment. It literally is the secret that you've been missing. And it's actually not even a secret. You know me. I hate hacks. I hate gimmicks. I hate 3 easy payments of $9.99. So if you're tired of the garbage in the fitness industry, you're tired of spinning your wheels, you're tired of living a second-rate existence, and you're ready to do this for real, you're ready to transform your body, you're ready to build muscle, you're ready to lose weight with one of the best coaches in the world, then sign up for the Ladder app today, and I'll see you there for your first workout. 2 exercises left. Windmills and something called the Renegade Row. We're at 19 minutes and 31 seconds, all in. All right, the windmills. I don't do a lot of these. Great exercise for hamstrings, great exercise for hip mobility, great exercise for overhead mobility because you're holding that weight overhead. I think they're a great exercise. So like I said, I don't use kettlebells a lot. I do a lot of RDLs, do a lot of deadlifts, straight-legged deadlifts. People often ask me what I do for mobility. Man, I do a lot of jiu-jitsu. I'm a black belt. I won a World Masters Black Belt Championship this year. I will go and get folded up into a pretzel or fold other people into a pretzel more often than not for my mobility. But we're gonna try these out and see how they feel. So for the windmill, you're gonna go overhead, turn your foot out. This foot's straight, this one's turned out. We're gonna come down to the ground and back up. See how I pop that hip out? Really feel the stretch in the hamstring. 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. Really feel that in the ham. Straighter, you keep those legs. More emphasis there is on the hamstrings. Whew. Now with the left. 1, lost my balance a bit. 2, 6. Having to bend my legs a bit. Mobility's not great on this side, to be honest with you. 7, 8. Big guy has some work to do. 10. And you can see how the kettlebell sways around. That's harder than it looks. I actually looked at this workout to start, and I thought swings are gonna be not bad. Kettlebell press can be not bad, it was challenging. This might be the hardest thing so far. All right, I might even be tempted to go a little bit lighter, really work on that mobility. Like that looks really good without weight. Even this without weight. Feel that in my shoulder and my hip. Really pulling on the left shoulder, doesn't surprise me either. Had a labrum, see the scar here. Rotator cuff toward my bicep. Sometimes that stuff pops up where you got injuries and stuff, so this is actually exposed to weakness in the chain, which is, I mean, kind of cool. So let's get on with it. Oh yeah, way different on the right, so easy to this side. 10. All right. Yeah, that side's like way easier. Left is tough, but Joe Rogan, you might have given me a new exercise to do. Thank you for that. All right. Really feel that in the hips. I also like Joe. He said some nice things about me. I should pull up a video on my phone. Said I had superior grappling, was in tremendous shape. My wrestling was world class. So pretty cool to be able to, as a 46-year-old guy, look back at an old fight and hear Joe say some nice stuff about you. So Joe, if you're watching this, thank you. Play that a lot for people. Pretty cool moment in my life. And sometimes I have mixed feelings about my fight career. I don't think I did everything I could have. I think I underperformed for my potential. So sometimes I've had some feelings of like guilt and shame and things like that. But other days, man, do you know how cool it is to have your hand raised in the middle of the octagon with submission of the night and look back and see those tapes, be able to play them for your kids? Like, sometimes when I'm feeling a little bad, because I think we all do, about stuff we've accomplished or not accomplished, you'd be really critical. But man, pretty cool. See those guys fighting on TV today and be like, I was there, man. I was one of the pioneers of that. So, all right, I got nothing to hide. People are going to probably butcher me for my windmill form. That's fine. I don't really care. And I'll tell you, here's the beauty of working out, right? Men's Health says I'm one of the 100 fittest men of all time. I don't know if I still carry that. I probably do. Absolutely do. But here's the thing. When it comes to working out, one of the questions I get asked is, are you fit? And usually my answer is fit for what or fit compared to who? Because I'm really fit doing bodyweight stuff, really fit doing jiu-jitsu, really fit for an MMA fight, really fit for the type of work I do, like an axle bar deadlift or something like that. But you give somebody something they don't do, it is hard in a hurry. So would I be fit to run a marathon? No. Like, I got a buddy, Ryan Hall, who's, you know, one of the greatest marathon runners of all time, certainly the best in United States history. And he ran that in like 206, 207. That's incredible. Like, I ain't doing that. He's way fitter than me when it comes to a run. Even now, off the couch, he would dust me in a run. So just something to keep in mind when you're comparing your fitness level to somebody else. Like, what's your measure? If it's a vertical leap, like, sure, I think I could beat Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves, great basketball player, love his ferocity, but sure, I'll crush him in a deadlift test, but like, I ain't beating him in a vertical leap. So fitness is relative, so it's kind of cool to try different things, and if you get exposed, it's a great thing. Like, it just pushes you to work harder, and that's what it's about. All right. Oh, last one. 1, 2, 10. All right, 10 more. And this might be the most hated exercise I have done in the last 365 days. Ha! But I kind of love it. 1, I'm really liking what's going on the shoulder. 2, 9, 10. All right, done that one. I can really feel that in the shoulders. That feels really good, to tell you the truth. Nice mobility. And now for some Renegade rows. Rowing, more push-ups. And I will tell you, with the 20 push-ups I did for the warm-up and the 30 I'm about to get right now, it's almost 100 push-ups. I always say 100 push-ups a day keep the doctor away. My kind of workout. So for the Renegade row, a great back developer, especially from a functional standpoint. Like, I love the body weight back exercises. I do a lot of pull-ups. I do some Aussie rows, some inverted rows. People call them. That's when you set up a bar at waist height, pull yourself. I think those are really functional. This is probably close. Might be the next functional exercise when it comes to back. Maybe even more functional because you really got to focus on the core to keep yourself steady. I love Renegade rows. Man makers, Renegade rows are kind of part of a man maker. It's a much bigger movement. But I really, really like these because it's got to work your core. And when you sit on a machine, when you do a lat pull down, when you do a seated cable row, I mean, honestly, it's not really the most functional thing. Take a lot of your supporting musculature out of it. So you want to make sure you got a kettlebell with a wide base, nice wide feet, push up, row, row. Oh, see, that was a bit of a blooper. Leave that on camera. You got to keep these really, really stable. I don't do a lot of these. This is going to be more of a challenge than I thought. All right, get that row right. Good. Oh, there we go again. I am not good at forcing this down. The truth is, these probably aren't big enough. So we will get rid of these. This is a much more stable base. Oh, that's so much better. Two. So much better with the stable base. Here we go, set of 10. Made a little bit of mistake. You can see how my wrist broke and fell. These do not have a big surface area, so I certainly wouldn't try that with a small kettlebell. Probably break your wrist. I probably came close. Here's what I'm wondering though. A lot of people probably don't have the strength to row these. So a good fix for that, you do it with dumbbells. Because these will give you the stable base that you need instead of those, because that's really, really difficult to balance on. So, especially at 240, like my weight's not holding on those things, are going right over. So, just something to consider. You can use the dumbbells for that same motion. Whew. 2 more sets. That was hard, that was good. I like that. And again, use the bigger weights. Here we go. 2 sets down, 1 to go. But yeah, I almost went on that other one. You gotta be careful with these. Really good exercise. You can feel that in the core more than anything. You really gotta work to keep yourself straight to the ground. versus trying to turn. I don't want to see these again. Let's get them out of here. Oh, you guys will be lighting me up in the comments. Bro, what do the kids say on TikTok? Bro almost broke his wrists. If that happens to you, listen, man, I've had fights that look like the best in the world. I've had fights where people are probably wondered, how the hell did this guy get in the UFC? I've had wrestling matches where I looked like I was on the Olympic ladder. Wrestling matches where I looked like trash. I've had good days in here. I've had bad days in here. It happens. It's probably happened to you, you know? So, one more set and then we're done. So far this workout, it's good. It's the type of stuff I do, but kind of like it. Ten. Whew, here we go. All right, job done. 37 minutes. Not that much for time. Man, that was a good workout. So just a couple closing thoughts. One, feels like a really good full body workout. And you could tell I'm a little out of breath right now. Got my cardio up, especially those sets of Renegade Rows. I actually thought those would be kind of the easiest, but I think they actually might have been the hardest. But I feel a good full body effect. Squats, push-ups for a warm-up. Did some swings, snap the hips, work on the hammies. Did some kettlebell clean presses, really good overhead work. Then into the windmills. Had a hard time with some of the mobility stuff, but that was really tough, especially for a tall guy with long legs, but really, really stellar for mobility. If you're doing this at home, I think you could go heavier for the swings. You could err on the heavier side for the clean and presses. You can always use your legs a little bit. For the windmills, I'd go lighter, looking back in retrospect, and really focus on form. And then the Renegade Rows. I made the mistake, not once, twice, because I'm stubborn AF. I'm trying to use those lighter kettlebells, but like I said, with that small surface area, to keep your body square to the ground, you really got to put weight on that kettlebell, and that thing's going right over. So stay away from the lighter kettlebells. Go with the ones. Let's look at the base difference here, right? Like, not stable, stable. So go with the heavier ones. And again, and I'll just do one more here. If you can't do the weight here because that gets heavy, you can always use some dumbbells. Yeah, because those are stable. They ain't going anywhere. So you can use as a substitute. And that was the Renegade Row. So overall, really good workout. Full head to body workout. A little bit of a cardiovascular effect. You did something like that 3 days a week. I really think that might be all you need. You did that 3 days a week with some cardio in between. I think it'd be a really good program. So it was actually a lot of fun. I had fun doing that. I think I might try this more, do other people's workouts. And especially because it exposes you, right? Like, you get good at your thing. I'd never touched kettlebells, so it's a really good workout effect doing something new from front to back, unedited, like just here. Let's have a look at this thing and see how it is. So thanks for coming by for the most real workout advice on the planet from a guy that's not scared to fail, from a guy that never used a PD, never used TRT, has 3 kids, trained a bunch of cool people. I think I was kind of a cool person myself. Like, this is the place you want to come for real fitness advice. No hacks, no gimmicks, no 3 easy payments of $9.99. Joe, if you're watching this, man, get me on your show, do a little interview. I'll pump your tires about how fit you are, because, yeah, I mean, you're doing that with these. You're a pretty fit dude, so